Episode 1, An Unexpected Awakening. A young man lay unconscious on a soft bed. Slowly, he tried to open his eyes, but the strong sunlight pouring in from the window forced them shut immediately. After a short while, he carefully opened his eyes again and struggled to sit up. He found himself in a large, king-sized bed with an exceptionally soft mattress. As he looked around, he noticed he was in a very spacious room, decorated in various shades of gray with matching curtains and furnishings. His attention then shifted to a large window. He walked toward it and observed a vast garden below, where several men dressed in black were standing guard. Suddenly, a sharp pain shot through his head, causing him to grasp it in agony. Rohan, speaking to himself, "Where am I? And how did I end up in such a luxurious place?" Still holding his head, he tried to remember what had happened the night before, but his mind was completely blank. Just then, the door swung open, and a young woman entered the room. She was wearing jeans and a short top, holding a glass in her hand. Rohan's thoughts. "Hello everyone, I'm Rohan Kapoor. I'm an orphan and grew up in an orphanage managed by Neela Ma. She's been my greatest supporter and is like a mother to me, which is why I call her Neela Ma. Last night, I was at home, my rented apartment, actually, where I live alone. I work as an employee at a small company. But now, I have no idea where I am." Suddenly, this girl walks into the room. She's wearing jeans and a crop top, looking absolutely stunning, tall, slender, with fair skin and soft pink lips. She's even more beautiful than a model. But hold on, what am I doing here? And who exactly is she? End of Rohan's thoughts. The girl approached him, smiling when she saw he was awake. Anya, speaking. "Oh, you're finally awake. Good morning. Now, please get ready and refreshed." Rohan stared at her, puzzled. "Rohan, who are you? And why am I here?" "Anya, I'm Anya Sharma, and this is my residence." "Rohan, but why am I in your house?" "Anne." Clutching his head, "Why does my head ache so much?" Anya's expression became concerned. She quickly moved forward, gently took his arm, and helped him sit back down on the bed. Anya, sounding alarmed, "Here, drink this lemonade. You'll feel better." She held the glass to his lips, and without much hesitation, Rohan drank it. As he sipped, his gaze remained fixed on her. "Anya, still worried, are you feeling okay now? Is the pain still severe? Should I contact Dr. Malhotra?" Rohan was astonished. In his entire life, no one besides Neela Ma had ever shown him such concern. His heart warmed at the unexpected care, and his eyes glistened with unshed tears. Seeing his silence, Anya grew even more anxious. "Anya," sounding troubled. "Rohan? Are you all right? Does it still hurt? I'm so sorry." Rohan shook his head, pulling himself out of his trance. Rohan, speaking with a slight stutter, "And no, I'm okay. It's fine." Without another word, Anya suddenly pulled him into a tight embrace. Rohan sat frozen, completely taken aback. He had no idea how to react. Episode 2, Avni's True Feelings. Anya's thoughts. "Hi, I'm Anya. Anya Sharma. I'm a billionaire and also operate as an undercover crime leader. And I deeply love Rohan. The first moment I saw him, it felt as though my heart stopped beating. In that instant, I knew, he was destined to be mine. The only one for me. That very day, I decided that no matter what, he would belong to me. So, I instructed the security team to bring him here. But those incompetent fools used chloroform to knock him out. I swear, if anything bad happens to him, I will eliminate every single one of them. If he experiences even the slightest discomfort, I'll ensure they suffer 4 times worse." Last night, I lay next to him, observing his handsome face in the soft light. I didn't sleep, not even for a second. I wanted to be there if he woke up during the night, feeling hungry or disoriented. When morning arrived, I saw him sleeping peacefully, looking like an angel. So serene. So incredibly beautiful. I couldn't resist myself. I gently kissed his forehead and ran my fingers through his hair, feeling its softness. It was like a dream, seeing him right beside me, so near, yet still unaware of my profound feelings. Today, everything will change. Because today, I will make him mine. Forever. Today, I will marry him. Excitement bubbled within me as I got up and got ready, putting on a pair of jeans and a crop top. Before leaving, I took one last look at him. He was still sleeping soundly. Smiling, I bent down, kissed his forehead again, and quietly left the room to oversee the arrangements. I even prepared breakfast for him myself, something I never do. Usually, my house staff handle it, but today was special. After cooking, I made lemonade for him, knowing that the chloroform must have given him a severe headache. Holding the tray in my hands, I returned to my room. The moment I stepped inside, I saw him, standing near the bed, looking bewildered, holding his head. His eyes met mine, and for a fleeting second, I was lost in them. His innocence, his confusion, his deep, ocean-like eyes. I longed to lose myself within them. But snapping back to reality, I quickly greeted him. He looked at me, still dazed, and asked who I was and what he was doing there. Before I could explain, he winced, grabbing his head again. Panic surged through me. I rushed to him, helped him sit down, and held the glass of lemonade to his lips. "Drink this," I whispered. He obeyed without question, drinking the entire glass while his gaze remained fixed on me. When he finally appeared better, I breathed a sigh of relief. But then I noticed something. There were tears in his eyes. My heart ached painfully. I never wanted to see him suffer. I wanted to give him all my joy and take away all his pain. Before I could stop myself, I embraced him tightly, as if my very existence depended on it. End of Anya's thoughts. After a few moments, Anya slowly pulled back, gently cupping Rohan's face in her hands. Rohan, completely stunned, just stared at her. "Anya," softly, "are you feeling okay? Please tell me." Rohan, hesitant but calm, I'm fine." Anya sighed in relief. "Anya, okay, now go refresh yourself." "I'll go get breakfast." Rohan simply nodded. Anya gestured toward the washroom, showing him where it was, before walking out of the room. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or predictions. I love hearing from you. Share this with friends who'd enjoy the adventure, and let's keep this story going. Episode 3, A Shocking Revelation and a Forced Hand. Rohan rushed down the stairs, only to stop abruptly at the scene unfolding before him. Anya stood in the center of the hall, pointing a gun at a terrified man. Her sharp voice filled the area. "Anya, walking in a circle around the man, what were you thinking? That you could betray me, and I wouldn't find out?" She paused directly in front of him, a slight smirk on her lips. Slowly, she moved the gun barrel along his jaw, causing him to shiver nervously. "Anya, I can handle 50 men if necessary. Eliminating a few traitors is nothing." The man, visibly trembling, dropped to his knees, begging for his life. "Man, please, forgive me. I made a mistake. I have a family, small children. Please spare my life." But before Rohan could even comprehend what was happening, Anya pulled the trigger. Bang! The man screamed as the first bullet tore into his chest. Then another. And another. Rohan's breath caught in his throat as he watched her fire 4 shots in cold blood. The man collapsed to the floor, lifeless. Anya then addressed her security team. "Anya, remove him." The security team nodded and dragged the body away. Another member of the security team approached, offering Anya a towel to clean the blood splattered on her face. She accepted it, wiped herself clean, then turned, only to see Rohan standing near the staircase, his face pale with shock. She offered him a smile. Calmly, she walked toward him, took his hand, and guided him to the dining table, where she had him sit down. Anya, I prepared your favorite breakfast today. Rohan's hands trembled as he gripped the edge of the chair. His voice was barely audible. Rohan, sounding frightened, you're a killer. You murdered that man. Anya simply looked at him, her expression unreadable. She sat beside him, gently taking his hand in hers. Anya, Rohan, you have such a kind heart. That's why you believe everyone else is good too. But the world isn't like you. That man was a monster, I simply put an end to him. Rohan stared at her, his mind struggling to accept the reality of what he had just witnessed. Anya, I know what thoughts are going through your head, but trust me, Rohan. I never harm innocent people. I only punish those who deserve it. For some reason, Rohan sensed honesty in her eyes. He couldn't decide whether to believe her or be afraid of her. But before he could say anything, she smiled. Anya, enough talk. Let's eat. She served him food, placing a piece on his plate. Just as he was about to pick it up, she gently held his hand, stopping him. Rohan looked at her in confusion. She took the piece herself and held it up to his lips. His eyes welled up with tears. Seeing this, Anya put the food down and wiped away his tears with her free hand. Anya, Rohan, I know this is difficult for you. But you need to adjust to it. Rohan, why are you doing all of this? Anya, I'll explain later. But first, eat. She took another piece and held it up again. Rohan hesitated, then, observing the warmth in her eyes, he ate it. Rohan, Anya. Anya, yes? Rohan, where's your plate? You should eat too. Anya, I'll eat later. You finish first. Rohan frowned. Instead of eating, he took her hand and placed the food near her lips. Rohan, Neela Ma always says that no one should eat alone. We should share food with others. Anya smiled softly and took the food from his hand. And in this manner, they finished their meal, feeding each other from the same plate. After breakfast, Rohan finally broke the silence. Rohan, Anya, now tell me, how did I end up here? And why are you doing all of this? Please, tell me quickly. I need to go to my office. Anya placed her hand over his. Anya, Rohan, you aren't going anywhere. He frowned in confusion. Rohan, why? Anya, because from now on, you'll reside here. With me. His heart began to pound rapidly. Rohan, what are you saying? How did I even get here? Why would the security team bring me here? Anya took a deep breath. Anya, I'll be direct. I love you, Rohan. And today, we're getting married. Rohan froze. Rohan, what? Anya, you can't be serious. We don't even know each other. We just met a few hours ago, how can we get married? Anya's expression remained calm. Anya, you may have just met me today, but I've known you for years. And I fell in love with you the first time I saw you. Rohan shook his head, pushing his chair back. Rohan, Anya, you're not thinking clearly. I can't marry you. I don't love you. Please, let me leave. Anya's smile disappeared. Anya, with a cold tone, no. You're not going anywhere. You will marry me. Rohan, no, I won't. He turned toward the door and started walking away. Anya smirked. Anya, consider this carefully, Rohan. If you don't marry me, you'll never see Neela Ma again. Rohan stopped abruptly. Slowly, he turned around, his eyes filled with intense anger. Rohan, no. You wouldn't dare. Anya tilted her head slightly. Anya, test me. Rohan's entire body trembled. Rohan, please don't do this. I have no one else in this world except her. Anya reached out and wiped away a tear that fell from his eye. Anya, thinking to herself, I will always be there for you, Rohan. I will never allow you to cry. But I cannot lose you. She gently cupped his face. Anya, I promise, if you marry me, I'll give you all the happiness in the world. Whatever you desire, I will provide it. Rohan clenched his fists. Rohan, but I don't want to marry you. Anya sighed, her patience wearing thin. Anya, firmly, I've asked you politely many times. But now, whether you want to or not, you will marry me. She turned to Samir. Anya, Samir, take him and prepare him for the wedding. Rohan struggled as Samir and the security team grabbed him. Rohan, Anya, stop this. You can't force me. Anya smirked as he was dragged away. She picked up a red bridal veil and ran her fingers over the fabric. Anya, whispering to herself, you will be mine, Rohan. One way or another. Episode 4. Lunchtime encounters. Tensions at lunch. Anya was busy at her desk when a knock sounded. Come in, she called out, still focused on her work. When no one entered, she glanced up to see Arjun standing in the doorway. You're here? And why are you just standing there? She asked, a bit confused. Oh, just admiring my friend, the workaholic, in action. You know, Anya, I sometimes wonder how I'm your friend and Rohan is your husband. It seems like you should have married your office instead, and this laptop should be your best friend. Wouldn't that be a perfect match? Arjun remarked, playfully complaining, which made her chuckle. You're right, she agreed. I really should have made my laptop my best friend and married my office, instead of. She paused mid-sentence, her thoughts drifting to Rohan. Avi, let's go. I'm absolutely starving, my stomach feels like it's hosting a boxing match, Arjun said, trying to cheer her up and prevent her from becoming sad. Yes, yes. Let's go, she replied, and they walked out. Rohan, come on, let's grab some lunch, Priya said, entering Rohan's office. Actually, I'm not hungry, you can go ahead and eat, Rohan replied, attempting to avoid her. He desperately wanted to see Anya. All morning, he'd been trying to visit her, but someone always interrupted him. What was even more unusual was that Anya hadn't visited him or tried to communicate with him at all today. This was completely out of character for her. Normally, she would have called him at least 10 times by now. Her silence was making him increasingly worried. What happened to her? Is she all right? Did something go wrong during her business trip? Rohan, please, I'm so hungry, Priya whined, irritating him. Can't you understand me the first time? I said I'm not hungry. Rohan exclaimed loudly, surprising her. This was the first time he had spoken to her so harshly since she joined the office. He was usually a cheerful guy with a calm and caring personality, which is why she always treated him specially, sometimes even making her boyfriend jealous. I'm sorry. She stammered, looking hurt, and was about to leave when he stopped her. Priya, I'm sorry. I was just a little upset, that's all. Please forgive me, Rohan apologized, holding her hand. It's okay, I understand, she said, giving him a big smile that made him smile too. Okay, come on, let's go, Rohan said, and she nodded happily. Upon reaching the cafeteria with their food, they noticed there were no empty tables. There isn't a single empty table, Rohan commented, making Priya pout sadly as she scanned the room. Suddenly, her eyes lit up when she saw something. No, there is. Come on, she said, before pulling him towards the last table in the front row. Good afternoon, ma'am, Priya said, causing Anya, who was deep in conversation with Arjun, to turn toward her. Yes, she asked, lifting her gaze, then looked beside Priya and saw him, her husband. Rohan, standing there. Excuse me for interrupting, ma'am, but there are no empty tables. So, may I please sit here? Priya asked sweetly, making Rohan's eyes widen as he feared Anya's reaction. Anya glanced at him, then looked around, confirming that every part of the hall was indeed full. No, you can't. Arjun began, but Anya cut him off. It's fine, you can, Anya said, shocking both men. Priya squealed with delight, as Anya was her idol and she had a huge admiration for her. Thank you, ma'am. You don't know this, but I'm a huge fan of yours. I like you very, very much, she exclaimed, sitting beside Anya. You are my idol. I love you so much, and I always dreamed of being with you. If you don't mind, could I please take a selfie with you? My family is also a big fan of yours, so please, ma'am, can I? She asked, looking at Anya with puppy eyes. The other three stared at her oddly, but then Anya sighed to herself and nodded, making Priya squeal again. She then took 3 or 4 selfies with Anya. I think that's quite enough now. So, please, Anya said, stopping her, and Priya nodded happily. Arjun, I think we should leave now, she said, making Arjun nod. He was about to get up but stopped when he heard Rohan. But you haven't eaten anything, Rohan said, causing Anya to pause. That doesn't concern you, Mr. Kapoor, Anya said without looking at him, then started to walk away. But Rohan was about to take her hand to stop her, but Arjun stepped between them, interrupting him. Like Anya said, it doesn't concern you, Mr. Kapoor. So, stay within your boundaries, that would be best for you, Arjun said, staring intently at Rohan, then followed behind Anya. If Rohan had only hurt Arjun once, he might have forgiven him, but he dared to hurt Anya, and Arjun couldn't easily forget that. Staring at their retreating figures, Rohan sighed deeply. He knew he had made a mistake and regretted it, but his 2 dangerous friends weren't giving him a chance to fix things. He turned to look at Priya, who was engrossed in her phone, sharing the pictures she had taken moments before, completely unaware of the unfolding drama around her, and he sighed again. He couldn't help but wonder why fate had surrounded him with such unusual people. A night of waiting and a shocking revelation. It was late at night, and Rohan was waiting for Anya to return home. He hadn't even eaten dinner because he wanted to share it with her. Today, he had personally prepared all her favorite dishes. He wanted to resolve all the differences between them and give their relationship a fresh start. Today, I will clarify everything between us, Anya, he thought, smiling down at the rose in his hand. He then checked his watch. It was 10 p.m. 1 hour passed. 2 hours. 3 hours. 4 hours. Time continued to tick by. Rohan tried calling her many times, but her phone was unreachable. Feeling exhausted, sleep slowly overcame him, and he fell asleep on the couch, still waiting for her. But that night, she didn't come home. She stayed at the office, keeping herself busy, as the decision she was about to make was unsettling her. It was a long night. Outside, the rain kept falling, and inside, her heart was heavy. She knew that after this night, everything would change, for both her and him. Meanwhile, he slept, unaware of the upheaval his life was about to face. Now, the choice of what he would pick, his past or his present, would be entirely up to him. The next morning, Rohan woke up to find himself still lying on the couch. Looking around, he saw a maid working. Getting up, he slowly walked closer to her, making her aware of his presence. Good morning, Mr. Kapoor, she greeted, bowing respectfully. Good morning. Did Anya come home? He asked anxiously. No, Mr. Kapoor, ma'am didn't return, she replied, making him sigh. Was she deliberately avoiding him? Upon arriving at the office and settling his belongings at his desk, Rohan decided he had had enough. He needed to speak with her, and he would. Nothing could stop him now. Her silence had gone on long enough. Walking to her office, he entered without knocking. Today, he wasn't there to see his boss, he was there to see his wife, and a husband didn't need permission to visit his own wife. Stepping into the room, he saw her sitting by the window, lost in thought. Anya, he called her name softly, but loud enough for her to hear, causing her to turn toward him. Anya, he repeated before rushing to her and wrapping her in a hug. I missed you. I missed you so much. And why didn't you come home last night? You know I was so worried, I even tried to call you, but your phone was unreachable, he said, holding her tightly. Anya, why aren't you saying anything? He asked, breaking the embrace. He reached out to cup her face, but she moved back, making him frown. He couldn't understand why, but her eyes seemed devoid of emotion today. The love and care that usually shone in her eyes for him were now absent, which frightened him. For some reason, his heart felt heavy, as if something terrible was about to happen. Anya, he whispered slowly, but she avoided his gaze and sat down in her chair. Please take a seat, Mr. Kapoor. I need to discuss something with you, she said calmly, yet her eyes conveyed a different story. She was anything but calm. Anya, why are you talking like this? He asked. Please cooperate, she said, ignoring his question. He seemed confused but slowly nodded. First, I want to apologize to you. If it hadn't been for my mistake, we, or perhaps, you, wouldn't be in this situation. I'm truly sorry for getting you into trouble and disturbing your peace. But don't worry, I intend to make everything right now. Here, this document represents your path to freedom. And below that, you'll find a list of all the properties I wish to give you. Please review it, and if you need anything else, you can inform Samir. He will handle all remaining arrangements, she explained, handing him 2 files. His body began to tremble as he read the bold words, divorce agreement, on the cover of the first file. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or predictions. I love hearing from you. Share this with friends who'd enjoy the adventure, and let's keep this story going. Episode 5. A marriage on the brink. Anya, why are you speaking like this? Rohan said. Please cooperate, she said, ignoring his words, making him confused, but he slowly nodded. First, I want to say sorry to you. If it hadn't been my mistake, then we, or perhaps, you, wouldn't be in this situation. So sorry for getting you in trouble and destroying your peace. But don't worry, now I want to make everything perfect. Here, it's the way toward your freedom. And below that, there is the list of all the property which I want to give you, so please have a look, and if you need anything else, you can tell Samir about it. The rest he will manage, she said, passing him the 2 files, while his body started to shiver, reading the outer heading of the file where divorce agreement was written in bold letters. What? What's this, Anya? You are joking, right? Rohan asked, smiling, trying to lighten the situation. But his smile vanished, hearing her next words. No, I am not joking. After thinking a lot, I finally took this decision. The rest is all on you. You didn't want to be with me, my presence, my protection makes you suffocated. So here we are, let's end it all, she said, smiling, making his heart clench. I know that you must have been waiting for this moment for a long time. But I didn't understand it. I thought that maybe my love, my care can change your perception toward me, that maybe it can make you love me back, but, taking a deep breath, I was wrong. So I just want to correct my mistake. But to be honest, I am glad that you decided to say it to my face instead of fooling me around or betraying. So, just as I promised you, from today, I, Anya Sharma, free you from every bond, from every relation. Here's our ending, she said, smiling, making his heart tear into pieces. Anya, please. What are you saying? It's enough now. I know that I hurt you, but please, don't say like this. I can't live without you, Anya, please, he pleaded. I am not forcing you, Rohan. You have 2 days to sign the paper. And yeah, if you need anything extra, then just inform Samir. He will take care of it all. Okay now, I should go as I have a meeting, she said before getting up from her chair and was going to touch his cheek as a habit, but then stopped, realizing the situation, and a lone tear fell from her eyes. Then she left before he could notice that. Rohan, why are you sitting here alone? Priya asked, sitting beside him in the canteen. Rohan, she called him again, making him come out of his trance. Yes, he asked, trying to control himself. What happened? You look lost. Were you crying? She asked, seeing his red eyes. Nothing, he said. Rohan, tell me, maybe I can help you in some way, she said, making him look at her. My why? I hurt the person who is very, very special to me. And now she wants to leave me forever, he said, wiping his red, swollen eyes, trying to control his tears from bursting. So you hurt her, and now she wants to leave you. Right? She asked, making him nod innocently. Rohan, we don't leave someone for a small reason unless we don't care for them. So are you sure that the person you are talking about really loves or cares for you? Priya asked, making him frown. What are you even saying? She loves me more than herself. She always cares for me, even protects me. It's just I am the one who didn't care, or can say didn't realize her importance, and said bullsh *t. She always loved me and always will. It's just she is hurt. She earns more than $1 million every day, still she always tried to take out time for me. She doesn't eat without knowing whether I ate or not. And you are saying that she doesn't care for me, Rohan said sternly in one breath, making Priya shocked, seeing his sudden outburst, but then she started to laugh, making him confused. Oh. So the person is your girlfriend, and you are really, really possessive for her, isn't it? I knew it that this much hot and charming boy, that too single, is impossible, she said. So tell me, Mr. Possessive, what did you really do to your Ms. Caring, that now she is ready to throw you out of her caring zone? She asked, making him lower his eyelashes, but then he decided to tell her everything. How dare you? Any sane girlfriend is gonna do only what she is doing. If you wouldn't have been my friend, then I myself would have thrown you out, Priya said, making him shocked. But you are my friend, so I will help you, she said, making him smile. Rohan, just go and spend some time with her alone. Tell her what really is in your heart. Then believe me, she will definitely forgive you, Priya said. Are you sure that it's really gonna work? He asked, making her smile. Yes, it's just your feelings toward her must be true. Because as you said that she already has everything but still chose you, it means that she loves you for being you. She doesn't want any facade between you two, she said, making him smile and nod with determination. Anya, are you sure about your decision? Do you really want to end everything like this? Arjun asked, making her smile sadly. Yes, Arjun, now it's all his choice. If he doesn't want to be with me, then I will not force him. I always told him that I can fight with the world for him, but I can't fight with him. If he really wants this marriage and me, then he himself needs to take a step toward it. It's time for him to choose what he wants, she said with determination. A crossroads. It was 12 in the morning. Anya, after completing her work, decided to leave for her penthouse. Yes, her penthouse, as she didn't want to be near him, for then she would not be able to control her emotions and, like always, would go near him, which she didn't want. She didn't want his attraction toward her to overpower him. She wanted him to realize what he truly wanted in his life. She didn't want him to regret later, because there is a very much difference between love and attraction. Attraction is just a mere emotion which will be faded after a certain time, but love, it stays forever. And she wanted him to love her, trust her like she does him. He is thinking that she took this decision because of their argument, but no, it is not. Yes, their argument is somewhere the reason, but it only made her realize what their relation is lacking. It was always about her. She liked him, she loved him, she wanted him, but she never ever gave a thought to what he wanted. Does he want her in his life like she wants? Does he love her the way she loves him? Is he too crazy for her like the way she is for him? There were many questions roaming in her mind, but she didn't have the answer to any of them. Now she decided that she needed answers to all these questions, and he needed to answer them all. Now their life decision was in his hand. Now it's all up to him. Bonding their life together was her decision, and taking it forward or finishing it will be in his hand. Opening her office, Anya was walking toward the elevator when she saw Rohan's office light was still turned on. Walking to his cabin, she saw him sitting while typing something on his laptop. "What are you doing here till this late?" she asked, making him look up at her. "Nothing, just waiting for my wifey to get free," he said, making her frown. Did you forget that now I am not your wife anymore? She said, making his heart clench. I remember everything, it's just you forgot that I still didn't sign the papers. I can't live without you, Anya, he said, making her chuckle. Rohan, don't get confused with your feelings. You are saying this because you just got attached to me as we are living together for the last 4 months. But don't worry, soon you will get used to living without me, she said. Let's go home, you know I am so hungry. I didn't have anything since the afternoon, he said, ignoring her words, making her look at him. Okay, come let me drop you, the house staff must have prepared your dinner, she said, making him frown confusingly. What do you mean by drop you? Aren't you coming home? He asked. No, from now on, I will be staying in my penthouse, she said. Why? He asked, making her silent. It's late, we should be leaving now, she said, avoiding his question and was going to walk, but was stopped by him. I asked you why, Anya. Why will you stay in your penthouse? Did your love for me vanish or what? Tell me, Anya, was this your love for me that now you can't even stay under the same roof with me? He asked, pulling her near him, so there was merely any distance between them. Both stared into each other's eyes, one with pain and love, while the other with hurt and complaint. Emotions were flowing from both their eyes. Seeing the hurt and complaint in his eyes made her heart clench, but this time she was determined that now he had to make everything all right. That until now, she gave her everything to him, but now he has to do it. A relationship doesn't work by a single person, both partners need to work together, that's what she wanted in their relationship too. She had and will always love him from the bottom of her heart. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or predictions, I love hearing from you. Share this with friends who'd enjoy the adventure, and let's keep this story going. Episode 6. Anya's determination and Rohan's plea. Why, Anya, why are you insisting on staying at your penthouse? Has your love for me disappeared? Tell me, Anya, was this truly your love for me, if you can no longer even share the same roof? Rohan demanded, pulling her close until they were almost touching. They gazed into each other's eyes, his reflected pain and affection, while hers showed hurt and accusation. Deep emotions flowed between them. Although his anguish and resentment pained her, Anya was determined this time that he had to make things right. She'd given her all until now, and it was his turn to contribute. A relationship thrives on the efforts of both partners, and that's what she wanted for their future. She had, and always would, love him with all her heart. The next morning, Anya was at her office when her personal assistant entered. Ma'am, here's your black coffee, her PA said, and Anya nodded. Did Rohan arrive? Anya asked. No, ma'am, sir hasn't come in yet, Maya, her PA, informed her, already aware of the situation between them. He hasn't arrived yet? He's never late. Is he all right? Okay, tell me my schedule for today, Anya said, frowning in confusion, but then she refocused as Maya continued. Ma'am, you have 4 back-to-back meetings today, starting at 10 a.m., Maya told her, and Anya nodded. Okay, prepare everything, I'll be there, Anya said, glancing at her watch. Okay, ma'am, Maya replied before leaving. I should probably ask the maid. Picking up her phone, she dialed the landline, but no one answered. So, she called the bodyguard she'd assigned for Rohan's security. Hello, good morning, ma'am, he greeted her. Where's Rohan? She asked. Ma'am, sir is at the mansion. He hasn't left since you dropped him off last night, he reported. Okay, and where's Vikram? Tell him to keep a close eye on him, but be careful he doesn't notice any of you, she instructed. Okay, ma'am, he said, and she ended the call. He must be sleeping since he was up so late last night. Sighing, she left for her meeting. It'll truly be great working with you, Ms. Mehta, the client said. Anya nodded, and they shook hands. Leaving the meeting room, Anya checked her phone and saw 5 missed calls from Samir. Frowning, she dialed his number. What happened? She asked. Ma'am, Mr. Kapoor. He began, but she cut him off. Where is he? What happened to him? Is he all right? Anya asked anxiously. Ma'am, he's unwell. We've called the doctor, and he's on his way, Samir informed her. Okay, take care of him. I'm coming, Anya said, rushing out of the office. If anything happens to him, I swear I'll bury you all. Anya declared before bursting into Rohan's room. Rohan, are you okay? Is anything hurting? Why isn't he waking up? Anya asked worriedly, sitting beside him. No, it's nothing serious, he just has a fever, Dr. Malhotra explained. A fever? How is he? Is he okay? It's not serious, right? We don't need to take him to the hospital, she asked, panicking as she looked at him. Ma'am, please don't worry. He's fine. It's probably due to overworking or stress, and perhaps not eating properly. So please be careful about that, otherwise, he's okay and will wake up in an hour or two, Dr. Malhotra said, making her frown. Stressing and not eating his meals, Anya murmured. Is this because of me? Am I the reason for his condition? Did I make him this weak? Anya pondered these questions when she heard the doctor speak again. Ma'am, here. I've written down the medications you need to give him, the doctor said. Okay, thank you, doctor, Samir said, taking the prescription, then walked out with the doctor. Anya sat, staring at Rohan, recalling what had happened last night. The weight of her past. I asked you why, Anya. Why will you stay in your penthouse? Did your love for me vanish or something? Tell me, Anya, was this your love for me, that now you can't even stay under the same roof with me? He had asked, pulling her close until there was almost no space between them. They stared into each other's eyes, one with pain and love, the other with hurt and accusation. I'm doing all this for the greater good, Rohan. I don't want you to regret your decision, I'm just trying to protect myself from heartbreak. I've become so reliant on you. No matter how painful and difficult this decision is for my heart, I'm pushing through it. I'm enduring all this heartache just to save you from any future regret. I care about you. I care about you more than I've ever cared for anyone. I always try to go home to spend time with you, even when I've just started work. I placed the security team around you just to ensure your safety. I long to see you every minute, to talk with you. You have no idea how much it pains me when you even get a minor scratch. You have no idea how much my heart aches to see you laughing with any girl who isn't me. How difficult it is for me to convince my heart that you are mine, when in reality, I know you don't have any feelings for me. You don't know how hard it was for me to ask Arjun to prepare divorce papers. Because I love you. ing love you so much that I even forgot that this was the face that once took my dignity and my child away from me. Anya suddenly screamed at the end, making his eyes widen. What do you mean, Anya? Tell me, what do you mean? Rohan said, and she fell silent. I asked, what do you mean? I swear, by my own life, Anya, tell me. Rohan insisted, making her eyes widen, but then she sighed. My mother died when I was a baby, and my father was an alcoholic who never cared for me. As I grew up, he used to beat me and make me do all the house chores, but I accepted it, thinking at least he let me go to school. But one day, Anya said, remembering the day. It was 3 p.m. when Anya entered her house to find her drunken father passed out on the couch. She began to quietly walk to her room, cautiously recalling yesterday's incident where her father had beaten her with a frying pan for no reason, and her neighbor, Arjun, had saved her. It wasn't the first time such a thing had happened, but yesterday, he nearly killed her if Arjun hadn't arrived in time. Even today, Arjun didn't want her to return home, but after much pleading, he finally allowed her. Wait. Anya, heading to her room, suddenly froze as she heard a voice. She slowly turned to see her father standing there, glaring at her with bloodshot eyes. Where were you? Her father demanded loudly, making her flinch. With Arj. Before she could finish, he interrupted. You whore, her father shouted, raising his hand to slap her. Anya instinctively closed her eyes, then heard someone laughing. Opening her eyes, she saw her father laughing at her frightened expression. "What's wrong, my daughter? Why are you scared?" "Don't worry. From today, I'm not going to hit you," he said, making her smile, hoping he was finally changing. But her smile vanished when she heard his next words. "But don't worry, I found a perfect owner to handle you," he said, making her world crumble. What do you mean?" she asked in shock. "It means I found a perfect master for a whore like you," he said, leaving her utterly stunned. No. You can't do this," Anya pleaded. "Well, I already did, and they should be coming to pick up their whore," he said, laughing, as she shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "Please don't do this. I'm only 16. How can you do this to your daughter?" Anya pleaded when she heard the doorbell ring. "Oh, they're already here," he said, walking to the door as several security team members entered. "The mafia boss is here." "Where's the girl?" one of the security team members asked, making Anya tremble. "Where's the money?" her father asked. "You'll get it as soon as we have the girl," the security team member replied, and her father pointed at her. No. "Please, leave me," Anya begged, struggling to free herself, but they ignored her and knocked her unconscious. Anya woke up in a dark room. Sitting on the bed, she looked around confusedly, then remembered everything. Tears streamed down her face. Getting up, she slowly moved toward the door when she heard footsteps. The door suddenly opened, and 2 house staff, maids, and 1 security team member entered. Who are you? Why am I here? Please let me go," Anya asked. "Master has instructed us to prepare you for him," one of the house staff said before forcefully tearing Anya's clothes. Anya tried to resist, but they restrained her and dressed her in a transparent gown that revealed almost everything. They then left, leaving Anya to cry over her tragic fate. 3 hours later, Anya heard the door open again. Looking up, she saw the mafia boss in an expensive suit staring at her with a lustful gaze that made her incredibly uncomfortable. "Please let me go." "Please," Anya pleaded, but it was useless. He began to approach her like a predator, and soon all her clothes were on the floor. She screamed in pain, desperately trying to push him away, but it was futile. He continued to force himself upon her, and the entire bedsheet was soaked with her teenage blood. Days passed this way, with him coming to physically and sexually abuse her. Anya tried to escape many times but was unsuccessful. Her hope of freedom began to dwindle until one day she managed to get a phone. She contacted Arjun, who was already searching for her. Hearing her story, he suggested she create an excuse to go to an open area, and they would escape from there. Following the plan, she fainted, and they took her to a hospital where Arjun arrived disguised as a doctor. From there, they both ran, but the security team discovered their escape, caught them, and brought them back to the mansion. "So, you tried to escape? And with whom?" "This mosquito," the mafia boss said, laughing, looking at both Arjun and Anya. "But now you'll be punished." "Whom should I punish first? You or you?" he asked, pointing his gun at both Arjun and Anya. "You're the reason he's trapped here, aren't you? So you should be punished first," he said, looking at Anya. "Boys, here's your treat, enjoy her however you want," the mafia boss said, pointing at Anya, making her eyes widen as she saw the security team approaching her with disgusting stares. No. Please," Anya begged. "Don't you dare touch her, you bastard," Arjun shouted, trying to free himself. "Oh," the chicken spoke. "Wait, let me give you your reward first, then my boys can have their fun peacefully," the mafia boss said, laughing, then signaled his men toward Arjun. They began to beat him while the mafia boss continued to laugh. "Please stop. Don't beat him, please." Anya kept shouting and crying, but no one listened, and the mafia boss kept laughing, watching his men assault Arjun. Looking around, Anya noticed the gun in the mafia boss's hand. I need to do it. I need to save Arjun. Snatching it in one swift motion, Anya fired at a security team member, making him fall. Then she pointed it at the mafia boss, shocking everyone. Soon, the entire mansion echoed with gunfire, and the whole hall was stained red with blood, not only from those monsters but also from an innocent child. Yes, in that struggle, Anya lost her unborn child. That was the day the innocent Anya died, and the mafia queen, Anya Sharma, was born. Soon, news of the mafia boss's death spread through the underworld, and Anya became its new leader, or queen. And you know who the rapist and the murderer of my child was? Your twin brother, Rahul Kapoor, Anya stated, shocking him, but she simply smiled painfully. Anya snapped out of her trance, feeling a hand on hers. Lowering her gaze, she saw his fingers moving, and then he slowly began to open his eyes. Rohan, are you okay? Is anything hurting? Wait, let me call the doctor, Anya asked, about to get up, but she stopped, feeling him hold her hand. I am okay. Don't leave me, please, Rohan mumbled softly. I'm here and will always be with you. I can never leave you, Rohan, Anya said, looking at him tenderly, sitting near him. What happened, Rohan? Is anything hurting? Anya asked, noticing his pained expression. Hearing her, Rohan looked up at her and slowly shook his head no. Can you please hold me tightly, he requested, making her look at him with a touch of surprise, but then she slowly nodded. Last night, entering the mansion, Rohan was met with a deadly silence. She wasn't home. Emptiness overwhelmed him, his heart was heavy with guilt and regret. Why can't everything be like it was at the beginning? Why does life have to have ups and downs? Why can't life be a fairy tale? Today, after hearing her past, that's exactly how he felt. She had suffered so much, and what had he done? Instead of healing her wounds with his love, he'd questioned her affection. He'd dismissed her love and care as fake, when in reality, she was the only one who loved him unconditionally. He'd unknowingly ignored all her efforts, yet she hadn't given up hope. He snapped out of his thoughts as he heard someone. Lifting his gaze, he saw her lying beside him, her arms open. Come, Anya said, smiling at him, and he hugged her tightly. The house staff told me you weren't eating properly. Why? Anya asked, and he lowered his gaze, then lifted it back to her. It's okay. Wait, let me tell the house staff to make some porridge for you, as you're not well right now, Anya said, about to get up, but he tightened his hold on her. Don't go, he mumbled, snuggling closer to her, making her sigh contentedly. Okay, but at least let me get my phone, Anya said, and he nodded. Taking her phone, she called the house staff and asked her to prepare food for him along with some fresh fruit juice. The courtroom drama. Rohan, what are you doing? Eat it. Anya said, scolding him as he tried to sneakily pick out the vegetables from his plate. Anya, I'm fine now, so why are you making me eat these gross things? He asked, making a disgusted face. It had been 4 days since Anya started staying with him at his request, meticulously caring for his health. I'm making you eat these because they're good for your health. And you know what, you should eat this salad regularly. It's good for your health, Anya said, making his eyes widen in shock. No, never. I'm not going to eat it, he declared. Rohan, you. Anya was about to say something but was interrupted by Samir's arrival. Ma'am. He called. Yes, she asked, turning to him. Ma'am, actually, the lawyer has arrived as he needs to submit your divorce papers today, as today is the hearing, he stammered nervously, afraid of her reaction. Hearing him, Rohan froze and turned his gaze to Anya, who showed no emotion on her face. Okay, ask him to wait. We're coming, Anya said, and he nodded, then left. Come, Rohan, she said, turning her back to him, trying not to appear weak. Then she began to walk, with him following her silently. So, Miss Sharma, why do you both wish to separate? The judge asked, making her look at him, then toward Rohan, who was already staring at her. As already stated in the papers, 3 months ago, I married Rohan forcefully, against his will, but now I've realized my mistake. In a marriage, both partners should agree and have equal rights in deciding their future. Every aspect requires love, trust, and understanding from both sides. That's all from my side, Your Honor, Anya stated. So, Mr. Kapoor, do you agree with the divorce settlement? The judge asked, making him look at her, who stood beside him with an expressionless face. Tell me, Mr. Rohan, do you want to sever all your bonds with Miss Sharma? The judge inquired, making him nervous. Tell me, Mr. Kapoor. Tell me. I. The judge's words began to echo in his ears, making him feel suffocated. He couldn't form words, he looked around only to feel more panicked, and he felt like his head was spinning. Then suddenly, her soft, caring, yet promising words began to echo in his ears. Whenever there's any difficulty in our relationship, or you don't know how to handle it, just give me a sign once, and I promise you, I'll handle the rest. I will fight the world for us, for you. Just hold my hand and say, Anya, let's go to our safe world, and after that, you won't even need to say anything. Remembering her words, a wave of relief washed over him, and he slowly began to walk toward her, who was staring down, lost in thought. Seeing him approach, others looked at him confusedly, but he kept his gaze fixed on her. Wifey, can we go to our place? Trust me, I'm not comfortable here, he whispered softly in her ear, holding her hand in his, making her look up at him in shock. But soon, a smile formed on her face, understanding his words. Mr. Kapoor, this is court, and I'm asking you some. The judge was about to say something but stopped, seeing her hand. We are leaving now. Come, Anya declared, holding his hand tightly and starting to walk out with him, ignoring everyone else. They were both lying comfortably on their bed, with Anya lovingly caressing his scalp, making him sigh contentedly. Anya, I know I'm not very expressive and can't freely show you my happiness, but believe me, I love you. I know my love might not be as deep as yours, but it comes from my whole heart. I don't know how to express my emotions freely, I don't know how to show my love in words, but I will try to show it through my actions. I won't be able to live, he was speaking but was interrupted by her. His eyes widened as her soft lips met his, and she kissed him a little harder. You are mine, to touch, to care for, to save, and even to kill. You don't have the right to talk nonsense. Every one of your words, every second, belongs to me. You don't even have rights over yourself. Don't ever talk about leaving me again. Understand? Anya said. Okay, but I have a condition, he said, making her smirk. Do you think you're in a position to set conditions? She asked, making him whine cutely, which made her smile. Okay, tell me, Anya said, making him smile. From now on, you will only do what Rohan says. Promise me, Rohan said, making her narrow her eyes at him. And why is that? She asked, raising her eyebrows, making him whine again. Anya, agree, please, he pleaded, and she nodded. Okay, she said, making him smile. From now on, Anya will only be Rohan's. No other guy, okay? He asked, and she nodded, smiling. Okay, she said. From now on, Anya will never talk about leaving Rohan again. Okay? He asked, and she nodded. Okay. But now Anya also wants a promise from Rohan, that in the end, Anya's decision will be the final one. Okay? She asked, and he nodded. Okay, he said, kissing her neck lovingly. Soon, sleep began to overtake them both. I love you, he mumbled in his sleep, snuggling into her neck and kissing her there, making her let out a soft sound of contentment. I love you too, she replied, caressing his hair. Then they both drifted into a deep slumber, finding bliss in each other's warmth. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or predictions. I love hearing from you. Share this with friends who'd enjoy the adventure, and let's keep this story going.